Hello, everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital News YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribers button and give this video a thumbs up. In one occasion alone, Alexis, Joss, and Nina disaccorded with Ava, with Alexis covenanting to make her sorry for getting the ball rolling on her disbarment. Add in several former family members of Sonny's, now all serpents, who didn't particularly like Ava's influence over him, and you have the perfect material of a Who Shot Ava Jerome plot. Now, I didn't see Ava or Maura West going anywhere, but she's racking up adversaries like no bone, differently except Sonny at this point. Plus, there has to be some bigger logic the Pens have for making Ava suddenly burn so numerous islands. Last week, I wrote how every day on General Hospital was a gash haul in the wake of Gregory's death. The gashes continued a bit this week with Alexis and Finn leaning on one another, Tracy dropping by to check on Chase and Brooklyn, and the reading of Gregory's will. Tracy and Chase's discussion was exceptionally well written and acted, and the elaboration of Tracy's passions and getting nice throughout this plot has been one of the stylish corridor of it. Though for a moment, I did wonder during Finn and Alexis leaning on one another if the drama with Liz could have the Pens toying with giving Finn and Alexis another try. Finn put on his big boy pants and apologized to Liz for fully melting down on her and swearing not to touch a drink again. When she checked on Finn latterly, all sounded to be forgiven and understood, but it feels like there has been a disturbance in the force in their relationship. After Chase and Finn's talk, and also his defending his family to Liz, his overconfidence in Finn not taking another drink again seems like a big red flag. I can see Finn turning to the bottle after Gregory's keepsake. Like I said last week, it seems the Pens are using Gregory's death to shake up this veritably boring couple. Formerly again, Sonny isn't facing charges for the crimes he's married. One good thing seems to come from him beating the navigator out of Dex. He now claims he's done with Dex, calling him a distraction and a waste of his time, and he has bigger problems to deal with. That problem was predictably Jason. Friday ended with Hitman being transferred to take out Jason, and it sure looked like Sonny transferred them. But did he? Brennan could have. As Kate said on Friday, he appears to be having his trial stalled by his attorneys as if he's waiting for commodity bid to be. And while Brennan promised Carly he wouldn't hurt Jason, the tricky asset didn't exactly say no bone would hurt him. We just have to stay until Monday to find out. I could actually get behind the idea of Sonny growing so manic that he tries to kill Jason himself, and Jason is forced to cover himself and take Sonny down. Sure, Jason wouldn't kill him, but it would be commodity to see. Plus, it would probably put Sonny in the sanitarium where eventually they might be suitable to find out his meds aren't at the right lozenge. It still boggles my mind nothing is pushing this harder. Honestly, this manic Sonny plot and the affiliated Pikeman plot need to be wrapped up. It's gone on way too long. And it needs to be wrapped up in a way that Brennan walks out of Pentonville, because he and Carly are oddly great together. His giving her spying advice was hilarious. 30 Days I'd like to suppose we've seen the last of that nasty Fergus burn, but I didn't suppose we have. I could see him showing up in Port Charles after Alexis has her license reinstated, just to try and make her life hell. I could also see them going head-to-head in court in the future. I was glad to see Alexis wonder out loud why Fergus was concentrated on her when it was Harmony who killed his sisters, though she also thinks since he can't go after Harmony, she's the coming stylish thing. But why didn't she mention Harmony in court when Fergus was firing off all his allegations? I hope the show isn't going to actually take 30 days to let Alexis know their decision. As I joked last week, 30 days could be the fellow of 3 months on a cleaner. Plus, as I also said, they wouldn't dare start this plot only to uphold her disbarment. Or would they? Given the extreme character metamorphoses that have been passing, I'm not so sure, so it looks like the Congressman Kane or Quartermain story is going full speed ahead. Michael was a suitable Debbie Downer about the whole idea until Drew's particular cheerleader Willow made him see why it was a great bone. I didn't have numerous studies on this plot, as I find it meaningless. Well, the only point to it seems to be a reason for Drew to change his last name to Quartermain. Maxie and Spinelli were lovable in trying to figure out how they could live together as roommates who date. Spinelli trying to explain Eiffels to James was also enough funny. And whoever has been baptizing Kirsten Storms recently is doing a phenomenal job. Eventually, people were calling her TJ Maxie for a while there. I still can't help but feel commodity is going to be to Christina's baby. Still, now that she's in her third trimester, it might mean there will be extremity, conceivably caused by the stress of Sonny. But the baby wouldn't pass. Also again, this cleaner loves to kill off children further than all the others. The extremity would also be what pushes Christina to not want to give up her baby, which most of us see coming. I allowed. Molly eventually showed some growth in her exchanges with Alexis and Carly, and realizing she can mandate Christina's life and question everything she does, and she just has to hope Christina does what's stylish for her and the baby. Still not telling TJ what happened at the marriage. Oh, he's not going to love that. Actually, TJ chancing out and also going off on Christina would also be an intriguing way to put the baby in jeopardy eventually. The Heather story has resurfaced after being sidelined for many weeks. And while I can understand Portia's frustration in Laura trying to look into whether Heather's mental assist should be considered in her case, it still doesn't make Portia screaming, crying, and belabor any lower annoying or headache converting. That's all for my studies, opinions, and enterprises this week. As always, leave yours in the commentary. Last week, I wrote how every day on General Hospital was a gash hall in the wake of Gregory's death. The gashes continued a bit this week with Alexis and Finn leaning on one another, Tracy dropping by to check on Chase and Brooklyn, and the reading of Gregory's will. Tracy and Chase's discussion was exceptionally well written and acted, and the elaboration of Tracy's passions and getting nice throughout this plot has been one of the stylish corridor of it. Though for a moment, I did wonder during Finn and Alexis leaning on one another if the drama with Liz could have the pins toying with giving Finn and Alexis another try. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any updates.